Hi, welcome to 7 at 7 mini life coach session on Sunday. It's September the 26th, and it's a little bit after 7. We're getting kind of started a little bit late. My first session with you. Anyway, we are here every Sunday night at 7 o'clock. We start at 7. We're just a little bit late today, just our first session. But we're going to be here on 7 o'clock on Sunday, starting today, this week, next week. We'll be here at 7, hopefully. And again, it's a mini life coach session. It's an opportunity. I am a life coach. My name is Jean Aaron. I don't know if I said that, but I'm Jean Aaron, a life coach, spiritual teacher, and a mentor. And on Sunday, I'm going to be coming in to present 7 at 7 on Sunday. It's a mini life coach session, about 7 to about 15 minutes. Quick session. My sessions are usually about 45 minutes to an hour. But I'm going to just kind of take some time and just kind of present a mini little session, something that, I might, kind of a brief session, kind of a motivational time to kind of share a little motivational inspiration. Um, just give you, kind of get you kind of kicked off for next week, starting your new week. So I'm going to be here, like I said, on Sunday at 7 o'clock for a mini life coach session. So join me. Join me on Sunday, next Sunday at 7. Tonight, what I want to do is I'm going to share just a brief little session in regards to getting unstuck, feeling stuck. A lot of times my clients will call and they'll talk about being stuck. And how do I get unstuck? I don't know why I'm in this I'm in this situation. I'm feeling like I'm just trapped and I can't get going and can't get my juices going, my creativity going. Everything is just kind of stopped. Gene, how do I get unstuck? So we're going to talk. I'm going to give you a quick little three steps that you can use to get unstuck and get on your way, and get rid of that feeling of getting stuck. I know that uh, being stuck is probably one of the worst feelings that you can have because nothing happens, nothing is going on. You can't think straight. You feel isolated, you feel stuck and just trapped. You feel trapped and nothing seems to kind of get you going, get those juices going again and inspire you or motivate you to move out and move on. You're just caught. And the first thing I want you to know about being stuck, feeling stuck, because it is a feeling. It's a feeling. And feelings they come and go. They're not something that hangs around for any long period of time unless you allow it and you feed it and you entertain that feeling. But when we are feeling stuck, we don't want to be stuck. We don't want to feel isolated. We don't want to feel like we're not moving and we're not progressing. We're not accomplishing those things that we want to accomplish. So what I do is the first thing I tell my folk, I say, don't panic and breathe. Just breathe. That's the very first thing that I say. That's the very first step that you take to do that. Now, being stuck, just the feeling of being stuck, like you feel helpless, you feel isolated, and you feel like you're just kind of trapped in an invisible force field of some sort, and you just can't get going. All right. So let me say right away, that again, it's something that happens to all of us, and we're not going to panic about it, and we know that you can get unstuck. If you're stuck, you can get unstuck. So feeling stuck happens to all of us. And basically what that feeling is, or what's happening there, is usually it's a sign of growing. It's a sign of growth and evolution. But when people get stuck, they often, like I say, they're isolated and they feel like they're in this invisible cage and can't move. But what's happened really is your mind, your thoughts have taken you to a place and deposited you there. That's where you are. You're stuck in the past or you're stuck in the future. You're in one or two of those places, and that's where your mind and ego has trapped you or have you positioned there. And again, your body doesn't know any different. It just goes, your mind has convinced you that you are stuck. That's how you're feeling, and you are stuck. You've created that illusion for yourself. And again, it's just a feeling, and those feelings come and go. So tonight, I want to give you, again, those and they're precepts, basic precepts, once you really get unstuck, then you got to work on some other things. But getting unstuck, these three pre steps that you take will usually get you unstuck within just a matter of minutes. Really, just a matter of minutes when you can really lift your head up and get yourself moving and motivating and moving on from that stuck place. Now, I'm going to save. I would like to talk about what happens. How do you get there? And you're probably wondering, how do I get stuck? I mean, what happened anyway? Well, we're going to save that for another time because that's a longer session. But tonight, I want to tell you that what we want to do is we want to breathe. And by breathing, and I'm serious about it, when I say breathe, I'm really meaning breathe and being attentive to breathing. We take a deep breath in, inhale, be attentive to that, and hold it for a few seconds, and then breathe out. Do that a few times, spend about a minute or two until you really feel a change in your thought, a change in your feelings. Just breathe. Do that. Do that exercise. Usually takes a couple of minutes, or maybe, a minute, 2 minutes, 2 minutes at the most. Breathe. And you're being attentive and you're counting those breaths and you're being aware of each time you inhale, you're being aware at the number of seconds or counts or beats that you hold that breath, and you're attentive to letting it out. And what you've done is you've removed yourself from the future or the past. You removed your mind from being stuck out there in the future or back in the past, and you brought it to the present. You brought it to the present. You brought it to the moment. Because to be unstuck, if you're in the present, you're not stuck. Because this is where life happens. This is where you manifest. This is where you're creating. This is where you are attentive to. You're attending to your present. You can be off in the past and you can be off in the future. But if you want to do anything or have anything happen in your life, you got to be present. So once you bring yourself to the present with breathing, you move on to the second step. The second step is to express self-love to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Self-love. Practice self-love. Do some act of self-love for yourself. Do something kind to yourself. And after that, after you've done that kind act and loved on yourself, move on to expressing compassion, being compassionate. Compassion and self-love. Breathe. Be attentive to that. Bring yourself to the present. You're not stuck anymore once you're in the present. You can't get stuck in the present, by the way. You cannot get stuck in the present. You only get stuck in the past or the future. So once you're in the present, you realize that you're unstuck. And now love on you. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself. And I always ask my clients, what one thing would you do to love on yourself? And how would you express compassion to yourself? 9 times out of 10, or usually, they scratch their heads and they don't know. They, I don't know I don't know. Should I go take a bubble bath? That's a way to love. Or should and they want me to help them figure out how to do that. Well, no. What I go on and I say, listen, what would you do to express love to a friend, to your best friend, your best BFF, your husband, your wife, your kids, your children, to someone that you really care deeply for? What would you do to express love to that person? And they, come up with a list of things that they would do. And I say, well, you know what? Take one of those things that you would do for a loved one and do it to yourself and for you. And do it with all the love and all the attention and all the concern that you would if you were actually doing it for your BFF or your best friend or your husband or wife or whomever that person that you want to express love to. Do it in the same exact way. Pour as much love into it, as much kindness into it. Be as gentle and as thoughtful to yourself that you would be to your friend, all right? And then be compassionate with yourself. An act or an expression of compassion. Self-love, and expressing compassion, showing, acknowledging and valuing yourself. Those are the steps. Those are the pre-step that you take before you do anything else. We're trying to figure out, how did I get stuck? How did I get in that place? How did I get there? And why am I there? And all the time that I've lost. And, the list goes on. Those pre-steps, and they're just basically pre-steps, simple pre-steps. You can do them in a matter of 5 minutes or less, you know. Breathe. Realize, acknowledge that it's a feeling, and feelings change. And they can change at the drop of a hat. You can change at the drop of a hat. So understand that it's a feeling and it's not you. And understand that your mind has taken you to that imaginary place, that sludge, that trapped spot, that place, that cage, or whatever, that quicksand, however it's making you feel. Your mind has taken you there. So now you take control of your mind and you bring your mind attention back to the present. You can't not get stuck in the present, because the present is continually moving, and you are in it, and you are continually breathing, and you are continually living, and you're continually being attentive, controlling your mind and directing the attention of your mind to where you want it to be. All right? Not where the mind is stuck back in the past or stuck off in the future. All right? Usually we're worried about something in the past. We're worried about something that happened already, or we're off in the future concerned about how to make something happen that hasn't happened yet, or concerned that it might happen that hasn't happened. So though it's usually we're worried about it. We've moved our attention and got trapped in the future or trapped in the past, and we need to be in the present in order to feel alive, in order to feel like we're moving and something is happening in our lives. That happens in our present. It does not happen in our past. It happened already, and it hasn't happened in our future. So unstuck means that you are living in the moment. You're living in the moment, and you have taken control of your mind, and you've directed your mind to now. To now. You've moved it away from past. You've moved it back out, away from future. You've brought it to the present. You're no longer stuck. Now you can move on to trying to figure out how you got there so you can avoid it in the future. I would like to invite you, if you have a rather, and you're looking for a life coach, give us a call. You can reach me. You can reach us at Team Conscious Creators. That's our website. You can check in and maybe book a session with us there. If your first session with us is always complimentary. We take about 20 to 30 minutes to get to know you, spend that time with you at absolutely no charge to you, and you decide how to move forward from there. After we get to know you, you get to know us. So check us out on www.teamconsciouscreators.com if you're interested in a full session, or just interested in some of the workshops and some of the classes and seminars that we kind of host and present over there. Again, my name is Jean Aaron, and it's been great spending this time with you. Be back next Sunday at 7. Hopefully we get in here at 7. Kind of had a little technical difficulty this tonight getting started, but hopefully we'll get started at 7 o'clock next week. Spend about 7 to about 17 minutes, hopefully no more than that, with you for a mini life coach session with myself. Have a wonderful evening. Have a great week. And until I see you again, manifest best. Have a wonderful good night.